Hi everyone, and today we'll be going to be looking at data operation. We've already seen how we could create series and how we could create data frame, and also how we could handle missing data or missing values. So today we're going to be looking at the second part of Pandas, which is doing data operations. We'll see how we can read files from Excel, some CSV file. So let's get started. So let's say, first of all, what we're going to do, we're going to import Pandas as PD, which is the first thing we're going to do because that's the library we're working with. So we'll run. Let's see. Okay, the intro has an error, so that means we can continue. Alright, so let's declare let's declare movie rating data frame. Let's declare movie rating data frame. So how do we create a data frame? As you've seen from the last class, if you want to watch the video, you can go to the description below. The link is there. So what we want to create, let's call the name of our variable. Okay, let's call it df movie rating, then say equals to, then you say pd dot data frame, then for this, so we'll say, okay, let's say movie 1. Okay, let's come out and see. Okay, let's see the rating of it. I'm going to have, let's say 5, 4, 3, 3, 1. Okay, let's say this is it. So we say comma. Let's press enter, so move to the 2. So let's say movie 2. Okay, come out here. So let's input the rating. Let's say 4,5, 3, 2, 4. Okay, so now what we'll do, we'll customize our index. So let's say our index is equals to, let's say get Barbie. Okay, let's say Jim. Let's say Jerry. Let's say Tom. I think anyone. Okay, let's say Paul. Okay, so we have this. Let's add one more person. Let's say Esther. Alright, so this off. Let's take this off. Okay, so let's have our data like this. Now let's run it or output it. So let's call it df movie rating. Okay, so run. So you can see our data frame is outputted. So let's see how we can customize function that can be applied using apply map method. Let's see how we can customize a function using the apply map method. Now we're going to define a function. So when defining a function, you write def, which means define, then you call the name of the function. Let's say the name of the function is movie grade. Okay, so we put a parenthesis. Now let's enter the argument. Let's say rating. Let's call it rating outside it. I'll press enter to give us a proper indentation. I will enter our conditional statement. So if rating is equals to 5, then what will happen? I'll say, and I will say should return to us, should return A. Okay, so let's this has to. Okay, so we'll say enter. I will say if rating is equals to 4, then we'll say return B. Okay, so enter. If rating is equals to 3, enter. I will say return C. Then we'll give the else statement, else, then say it should return F. Okay, so we have customized our function. We've declared our function here. So declaring our function here. Okay, let's comment on this place for reference purpose. Let's see, declare our function. Now always comment on your code so that whoever is reading your code will know what you are doing. So let's test the function. So let's comment and say testing function. Okay, so how do we test the function? Let's say print this movie grade, which is the name of, we're calling the function. We want to see whether it will work for us. So we say 5. Let's say 5. Let's run it and see. Okay, you see they've given us A. Let's try 4. Let's see, that's giving us B. That means our function is correct. So we'll move further. Let's see how we can use the apply map function to map our function we have declared to the data frame here I've created. So now we'll see. Let's see how that can be done. We'll say df movie rating, which is the name of our variable we give to our data frame. So now we're saying, okay, let's say we'll add apply map. So we want to map what we've created here to the data frame. So we'll say apply map, then we'll bring our function name here to play. So we'll say movie grade, then let's see. So let's comment on this, what we're doing here. So we'll say apply the function to the data frame. So we're applying the function to the data frame so that if the person got 5 for the movie rating, then it will give us A in place of it. So let's run this to see. Okay, you can see the ones we have in here. Barbie rated movie 1, 5 and 4. So that was what happened here. You can see it. The rating 5 was given A, then 4 B. So we use apply map to apply customize function to the data frame. So that's what we did there. So let's move on to some statistical functions. So let me say data operation with statistical functions. Okay, so let's apply the markdown. Okay, let's do this. All right, let's see some statistical function in which you can use. So let's create another data frame called math score. Okay, let's say math score. Let's create a data frame. Say pd dot data frame, and so we say this, let's say test. If let's say first test 1. Okay, out of it let's pass a list of the test score. Let's say 95, 45, 34, 20, 23. Okay, so now we've done that. So we say comma, let's enter the test 2, that's the second test. Okay, so we enter, let's say 74, 65, 87, 90, 52, 62. Okay, all right, so let's customize the index. Okay, let's say index is equals to, let's say okay, sorry, so let's say jack, then let's say email, Amos, let's say precious. Okay, then we say Esther. Okay, so let's run it and see whether our data frame is correct. Okay, we created a very nice data frame. So now we want to apply some statistical function to this data frame. Let's see. Now we apply, first of all, we apply the max, apply the max function. So let's see how we can do this. Now we'll call the name of the data frame, which is max score. Okay, then we'll say dot max, like this, to check for the maximum score, the person who score higher. Okay, so before we do that, let's first of all, let's call the max score. First of all, let's call it so that we'll see how our data frame is structured. Okay, so let's apply the maximum function to it to see the highest value. Okay, you can see the first test is having 95, the second test the highest score is 90. Okay, now we can also apply other statistical function. Let's apply the mean function. Okay, so we use the mean function to find the average score. Okay, so let's call it math score dot mean. So if we run it, you can see the mean of the first test 55.0, mean of second test 75.6. so that is it. So now let's see another function which you can apply. Let's apply the standard deviation. Okay, we apply the function, let's say apply the standard deviation function. Okay, so alright, let's see. So what does the standard deviation? It checks for the deviation, okay, of the values. So let's see, let's call math score. say dot. To check for the standard deviation of a particular data set, you use the std. Okay, so let's run this to see. Okay, you can see the standard deviation of the both tests we took. Now there's another thing we need to do. We want to see how we can be able to use the group by. Okay, let's see. Say data. Okay, yes. Data operation with, okay, using group by. Okay, so let's see to this. Okay, and let's do this up. All right, now we've seen how. Now let's create a data frame, another data frame. Let's say df, let's call it df name. Okay, equals to pd dot data frame. Okay, then this. Now let's say we have want to take the first and the last name of different students. Let's say first name. Let's call it first name. Okay, so we will have a list of the first name. Let's say Gabriel. Okay, let's say Austin. Let's say Emmanuel. Let's say George. Okay, and let's make it 5. Let's say Sunday. Okay, so let's see how we can. Okay, so let's the last name. Okay, so let's take take a list. So let's say the first person, let's say Simeon. The other person, let's say Bush. Okay, let's say Kata. Let's say let's give it any name. Okay, is up to 5. Okay, remaining one. Okay, let's say Washington. Okay, so we have given this our data frame. Okay, so what we have to do, let's run this to see if it's correct. Okay, so now let's call the data frame df name. So run it. You can see the first name and the last name. Then it's having Python inbuilt index. Okay, all right, so now let's see how we can group the data frame with the first name. Okay, so now let's write grouped df. Let's see how we can group it. So let's say df name, then dot group by. So I want to group them by the first name. So let me comment on this so that you say what we're doing here is group the data frame. Group the data frame with the first name. Okay, so let's see, this is first name, so I want to group them. Okay, so let's see, let's run this. Okay, so okay, let's call. Okay, since we want to group them by first name, I will have to do a changes here. Let's say we have a kind of first name that is like maybe 2. So let's say Gabriel. Let's say Gabriel is 2. Yeah. So let me run this again. I run this. Okay, the changes have been affected. So let's say we want to group them by their first name. Okay, so the first name that are kind of similar will be outputted. So let's see. Okay, let me call grouped df. So if I run this, okay, is giving me, let's say grouped group df dot size. I think this is what. Okay, so you can see now we've grouped it by the first name. So now it's telling us that Augustine appeared just once, Emmanuel appeared once, Gabriel appeared twice, Sunday appeared once. So this is how we can group them. Okay, so now we will move to the next, which is data sorting. Okay, how we can sort our data. Okay, operation using sorting. Okay, so let's see how we can sort our data. Okay, let me take this down. So sorting our data will say, okay, we have a data frame already, okay, called df name. So let's see how we can sort that data by their first name. Okay, df name. Okay, then we say df name dot as a sort value. This is how in Python, this is how we sort. Let's make a comment here. Sort values by, let's sort the values by the first name. Okay, so let's sort the values by the first name and let's see. So you indicate what you want to sort it by. So you mention one of the column. Okay, so we have first name, want to sort it by their first name. So if I run this, you can see that it has been sorted starting from it sorted it by their first name. So you can see A comes before E, like that. So let's see how we can do the sorting on the, let's sort by the last name. So let's say we say sort values, then we specify the column in which we want to sort. Okay, sort name, last name. Okay, you can see we sorted it by the last name. Okay, let's make use of the real life data set. Okay, from cargo.com. Okay, so I want to see how can get. So whenever you want to get data sets, you can get it from cargo.com. So let's say cargo.com. So we enter. Okay, so what you have to do, you sign up at this place. So if you have not signed up, but I already signed up, so let me look for a data. Let's say music data set. So let's just get let's see this, get it from here. So we have this data set. So I'll come here. Our data set here has been downloaded. Let's open it. Look at it. So let's copy this. So copied it. So now we go back to our data. Let's say it's a demo. Okay, so let's take this down. All right, look at it now. There are different ways to read a file, and one of the common files that we use in data analysis is a CSV file. We have Excel file, we have so many of them. So, and we'll be reading a CSV file. Now, the way we can read a CSV file, first of all, let's call the file name df is equals to, then we'll say pd.read. Okay, pd.read, there's a CSV. Okay, we are reading the CSV file. So if it's an Excel file, you say pd.read Excel. Okay, all right. So, and if it's a HTML file, you say pd.read HTML. So depending on the file you want to read, in this case, I want to read a CSV file. So now we'll specify the file. So let's see. Okay, then we'll paste a file name, which we'll copy it, so you can see it. So what we'll do, we'll run it to see if it's actually correct. Okay, so you can see. So we'll call the file name and run it. You can see. So you can see the file. Okay, the file was downloaded from cargo.com. Okay, so now I cannot have all these files. The only thing you have to do is, for an easy outlook of it, we use the .head function to just output just 5 rows of the data set. So let's see. You can see just 5 rows of it. So you can specify inside the head function the number of data set you want to output. If you want to output 3, so you can see 3. So if you want to output as many as you want, 10. So depending on, so you can see. So let's just, if the default is 5, if you don't put anything inside, so you can see. Okay, now let's carry out explorative data analysis on it. Now we want to see, the file name is df dot, let's say we want to see the shape. Okay, you can see we use the dot shape. This is the shape. That means it has 28,372 rows, then 31 columns. Okay, now we can also see df dot size. Okay, so now we can also look for the dot column. For the dot column, you see, to output all the columns. Okay, so you can see. Now we can also perform a descriptive analysis on it. Let's say we use the describe function. See, describe. Okay, you can see, talks about descriptive analysis, the count. This is how many, the number of data. You can see. Then this is the mean, this is the standard deviation, this is the minimum value of all the columns. This is the 25% percentile, 50% percentile, and the maximum. So this is it. So now there's another function you call the info. This is used to give us the full details about the data set. Okay, so now you can see this is the data set, give you the full info. See the data types of all the the columns, you can see. All right, now there's another thing we're going to do. Now whenever you want to do analysis, you make sure you don't have null values. So you have checking null values, you say df dot is null to check if there is null values, there are no values. So say is null dot sum. So is null, sorry, is null. Okay, so we'll run it. So you can see, I think there's no null value. There's no null value in the data set. Okay, so there are so many things to do in this. Okay, so these are the few among what I can give to you. So thank you very much. Okay, take care.